Alright, welcome back to the channel. Max Tornow here. Today we're in Finland, and in this video I want to be talking about how to become more self-reliant and the stages that one has to go through in order to get there. Now, why is that on a business channel like this? Well, because I feel like when you build a business, you actually go through these three stages of self-reliance until the very end point that can kind of be expanded upon infinitely, where you have a business that not only helps you have a great life, but also helps others and actually does a lot of good for other people, maybe for people in your closer environment, as well as people that you don't even know, maybe your clients, maybe people that don't even know you. So if you like the idea of building a business that kind of supports you, and if you like the idea of doing something good and kind of giving back to others, which is, I think, a big reason why I should be running a business, then this video is for you. Pay attention. Let's get started.
Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom.
All right, so the first point is that I think it's a great way to kind of think about building a business as this journey that you go through from not being self-reliant at all, which is stage one, where you can't even produce good results for yourself, all the way to stage two, where you're able to produce good results for yourself, where you're able to give yourself freedom, be self-reliant, be self-employed, literally. And then going to stage three, which means you build a business in a way where it doesn't only support you and sustain your life, but it actually has a very positive effect on others and even the world, if you allow me to kind of think about it in a little bit of a utopian terms here. So anyways, yeah, let's talk about this. So first stage is stage one, where you're not even self-reliant yourself. So you don't have control over yourself. You don't have control over your own happiness, and you're at the mercy of others. This is where, unfortunately, most people are in. Okay, this is where 90% of people are in. 90% of people that are unhappy with their job, unhappy with their life situation, unhappy with the amount of money that you're making. Now, there's even an extremer form of this stage one, and that is when people complain and they put literally the responsibility away from them, and they put the responsibility on others, right? That is where you hear things like, oh, it's the government's fault, it's the system's fault, it's the goddamn 1%'s fault, it's all the rich people that keep me from getting rich myself, and I'm poor because the rich people are taking it away from me. Now, that's a very, very toxic stage to be in, because it doesn't empower you. It pushes responsibility away from you, and it even pushes the possibility away from yourself that you can actually ever get out of that. And trust me, I've been there myself. In my early 20s, like growing up, my entire teenage years growing up, I thought, the government is holding me back, the rich people are holding me back, everybody's holding me back, my parents, my environment, my friends, my teachers, the fact that I'm living in a 5,000 people cow town in the Austrian Alps, that's where I grew up. Shout out to my hometown, beautiful hometown. The fact that I was living there, I thought, is the very thing that holds me back from reaching my dreams and becoming wealthy and becoming free. And that's extremely, extremely toxic. And the only way to get out of this level is to do two things. Number one, to be aware of that you are blaming others, that you're pushing responsibility away from that. And number two, realizing that you can indeed get out. And I don't know what exactly the wake-up call was for me, but I don't know, in my early 20s, I kind of thought to myself, listen, Max, you're studying right now to become a teacher in high school for Latin and English. Is that really what you want? And I was so disgusted by that idea of becoming a teacher. Sorry, if you're listening, you're a teacher and you love what you do, that's amazing. For me, it wasn't the right thing. I was so disgusted by that idea. I was almost afraid that I end up doing something that I don't love for the rest of my life, that I said, you know what, I'm gonna put all my eggs in one basket. I'm gonna try to make it happen no matter what. And I either make it happen, building my own freedom, traveling the world, being wealthy, or I die trying. And I kind of put it like that. Now, I don't say you have to do it like that. In fact, most of the clients that I'm working with now, we recommend them, hey, stay in your job as you're building the business on the side. We've developed systems now where you can do it much more optimal, much more optimized, and much more with much less risks than when I used to do it. So stay at your job until you make around $10,000 a month, or until you make a significant higher amount of what you would make with your job, and then you can go quit your job. So I do not recommend you just burning the bridges, but maybe burn the bridges in your head and say, okay, this is what I want. I understand that I've been maybe blaming others, but it is my responsibility and only my responsibility, and it is possible for me to get out. That's how you get from stage 1 to stage 2. And stage 2 is a wonderful stage. Stage 2 is where you have something where you are in control of yourself. Okay, where you might not be at the mercy of others, where you might not be at the mercy of your urges, right? Of maybe smoking weed every day or not being able to get out of bed, right? You're in control. You've developed the discipline, you've developed the momentum, maybe you've developed the habits that allow you to take goals that you want to reach and reach them, right? You work on them and you reach them, and you work on them consistently until you reach them, and then you reach another goal. That is stage 2. And that's amazing. Now, in the business context, that is a stage where you say, okay, I've built my own business, right? On this channel here, we're talking about online coaching, online service providing businesses. I've built my own business. I have responsibility over that. I'm able to generate leads. I'm able to generate a good income for myself, and I'm in control. Now, this is amazing. This is absolutely wonderful. This is a beautiful place to be at. And again, you get there by taking over responsibility for your life. And in an ideal world, you don't only take responsibility for yourself, but you also get help, right? You get a mentor. I've myself had always had mentors, which I'm super grateful for, because they helped me getting there much faster after I tried to figure it out myself. And then I said, you know what, let me get a mentor. So I kind of lost my train of thoughts here, but what you have to understand is that stage 2 is something that not many people are in. And that stage 2 is definitely a stage 2 where you could see yourself staying for the rest of your life. But there's one more stage, and that is stage 3, and that is the best stage that I could really, really recommend you getting there. It's like a little bit of a last 10% of epicness on top of stage 2, and that is where you've become so self-reliant that you're actually expanding your circle of positive influence from only yourself to others. Okay, and this might start with the people in your immediate environment, right? Maybe your partner, maybe your family, your children, your parents, your best friends. Maybe you start building a small team around you, right? Because you kind of maybe want to remove yourself from your own business processes a little bit, so you work on the business and not in the business. And that can be expanded infinitely. That could be expanded where you actually change the world for a better place, right? Now, I'm not saying I'm doing that. I definitely haven't expanded my reach of influence so much that I say I'm changing the world, but I've definitely expanded my reach of influence beyond myself, and even beyond my team and beyond my clients. And even if it's just a tiny little bit that, someone messages me saying, hey, you inspire me to take an action or something like that, or somebody comments something positive on a video, that's great, that's amazing. And I think that is the ultimate last stage of self-reliance that everybody should strive for. Saying that basically you're at a level where you're taking care of yourself in such a great way that you can then go ahead and say, hey, I have so much positivity, productivity, and epicness going on that I can literally be of a positive impact for others. It's overflowing. Come, everybody, have a piece of the pie. Let's share. Let's be part of a wonderful upward spiral of positivity, of opportunity, of responsibility. And that is a very, very wonderful thing. And somebody asked me the other day, like, Max, what is your deeper why? Somebody asked me that on my Instagram account. And I said the following. And by the way, big shout out to my Instagram account. Give me a follow if you haven't done so yet. I'm replying to all the DMs there. I'm doing live streams on there. I'm doing Instagram story Q&As. I'm posting on the feed very, very regularly. I'm trying to slam as much positivity and opportunity your way, and also some real talk, okay? Some harsh lessons that some people might have to learn. We're gonna show my Instagram here. We're gonna put a link down in the description as well. Highly recommend you checking it out. And what I said to that person who asked me, hey Max, what is your deeper why? I said, well, I want to expand my influence so much that I help other people being free, right? And this is the stage I'm at right now. We have hundreds of clients that we've helped become free, building their own freedom businesses, oftentimes literally from scratch, getting to their first 5 figures a month, getting to their first 6 figures a month. And in my head, if I help other people being free, they become happier, just like I became happier once I was able to be free and, do my own thing and don't have to work anymore at a 9-to-5 job. And if I help other people getting there, they become happier, and their positivity radiates to the people in their environment, right? And if the people in their environment become more positive and more self-reliant and wealthier, then maybe that relates to more people, and so on and so forth. And that way I can kind of be part of a circle of positivity, of an upward spiral. And I like that. I like that idea of making the world just a tiny little bit better of a place, even if it's not global political influence, but it's a tiny little bit by tiny little bit, and then I believe we will treat each other better. We'll treat Mother Nature better. We'll treat animals better. We'll treat everybody and everything better around us. And that is a wonderful thing. And that stage of self-reliance has to be achieved. At the very least, stage 2. All right? So you want to get to a point where you make so much money that you don't have to worry about money anymore. And then you want to make more that you can have a positive financial influence on others. That you know, when your dad gets sick or your mom gets sick, you can afford their treatment. If someone, one of your friends has troubles financially, you know, maybe you can help them out. Like, these things, I think, make the world a tiny little bit better of a place. And that's what you want to do. And that's why I love building a freedom business, because it literally forces you to go from stage 1 of self-reliance to stage 2, and then it inspires you to go from stage 2 to stage 3. And that is a very, very wonderful thing. So it was a little bit more of a meta topic, if you will. And I hope it inspires you to take action. When you say this sounds great, I do want to be more self-reliant, and I do want to have a positive influence on my parents, on my family, on my children, on my spouses, and I want to build my own freedom business. Then you can literally book a free consulting call, either with me directly or with an expert from my team. All you have to do is you click that link that appears somewhere here right now, or the link down in the description below, and you book a free call. What we do on that free call is we'll be looking at your situation. We'll be looking at what your strengths are, and we'll be literally giving you a step-by-step plan on how you can get started becoming your own boss as an online coach or as an online service provider. So if you already have a skill and you want to learn how to monetize it, you'd be surprised how many skills can be monetized in the world of online marketing, if you will. Then that call is for you. Now, if you don't have a skill yet, or you think you don't have a skill, you have no clue what it is that you could be offering people, that call is for you as well. We can analyze your strengths. We can tell you what exact model fits best for you. And even if you're making some money, maybe you're making money offline already, but you want to scale it properly, you want to do it more consistently, that call is for you as well. So you do not need to have any prior business experience. If you have it, obviously that's great, but you don't need to do that. And yeah, we have very limited spots. So if the link in the description still works, it means we still have a spot open for you. The way this works is you click on that link, a link brings you to a page, read what's on the page. It's like your first little exam, your first little test. If you can actually maintain focus for 10 minutes and read through the page, and at the bottom of the page, you fill out the application and you book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. And yeah, call is entirely for free, no hidden fees, international fees whatsoever, but you do have to be ready to implement the things that we're telling you to do. All right, so that being said, thank you very much. I appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you. So maybe talk to you very soon, and GG.
Hello, I'm here with Bianca.
Hi.
We just cracked over 100K in closed deals since joining the one-on-one program.
But you mentioned 100K, it was 100K per month.
Yeah, 100K per month. I think we have 300K. We have already an 8-person team, and it's super exciting to see how much of an impact we can make right now, because we are not thinking anymore in terms of money, or actually we think in terms of money, but we reach that point where we see the money as a means for accomplishing our purpose. So it's awesome. Thanks a lot for all the help, and looking forward to see which results will we have in 6 months from now.